Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Lokita Maka. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Guys, thank you so much for the support you have shown throughout the past few months. Those who are new to this channel, please do subscribe to the channel. This channel is all about education, all things education, not only about what is happening in class, but basically just educating each other. So yeah, and I think that's what brings us to the topic of today, discussing postpartum depression, postnatal depression, or what is called the baby blues. And I'm not sure, guys, I'm not sure if I'm at a position to talk about this. I don't know the emotions. One, I'm a mother of two, and I have suffered postpartum depression, and I'm not sure if I have healed from that. That's why I'm saying I'm not sure if it's something I'm at a position to talk about now, but I just felt right now that I need to talk about this. So please do forgive me if emotions do take over. However, I will try. I will try so hard. So yeah, this is one of the sensitive topics that I'm also not sure if one is really at a position to talk about. But yeah, firstly, guys, when we're talking about postpartum depression, it occurs just after childbirth, and one of the expectations from the society is that when you fall pregnant, especially when you are at a position where you can take care of the baby, the father is well off, you are good, and all those things, you know, there's a lot of expectation, not only from the society, I think, but also from yourself as well. So sometimes you have this idea in your mind that you're gonna be a good mother, you're gonna carry this baby well for the full 9 months, it's gonna be fun, it's okay. But you realize that 9 months later, the whole idea that you had is not the actual idea. It's not happening, basically. So everything changes. The idea that the society had for you, it changes. And I think it's one of the reasons why back then the generation before us, or the generation before us, they had to go home when they were pregnant so that they can be taken care of, because these things happen. I'm one of the people who believe that this is not something new. This thing has always happened, and people have always felt depressed when they have just given birth, and it's not new. And that is why you need all the support that you can get. That is why you would be advised to say, okay, now you'll be giving birth, you need to come home, or now you have just given birth, then come home. It's not a matter of just them taking care of the baby, but also for you to go through the process, heal if you have to heal, that because no one can anticipate that you'll go through depression. Some of us have gone through postpartum depression, and some people didn't even understand what was going on that time. only later they understood that, okay, this is what was happening. And you would realize that, okay, now I'm having insomnia, I don't eat well. At the same time, while you are not eating well, you have to breastfeed this baby. And when you're not eating well and having to breastfeed, it's a complete disaster. And it messes up not only with the baby, but it messes up with you, because you need all the nutrients you can get when you're breastfeeding. And now when you are going through this phase, you find yourself having difficulties in bonding with the baby. The idea that, okay, when you're pregnant, you have to bond with the baby, you have to be a good parent, and everything is going to be nice and all that, like everything fades away. All those things fade away. And you realize that, okay, now I can't bond with this baby. I'm always crying. I'm paranoid. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm overprotective of this baby, because I feel that's also one of the symptoms when you're just overprotective, and that causes paranoia. And everything that happens, you just, for instance, with my firstborn, I didn't want to let go of her immediately after birth. And with my second born, I think the postpartum depression just kicked about a day after, and it was triggered by the fact that I couldn't breastfeed. That is my own analysis, or maybe it was always there, I don't know. But both of them, for the first 30 days, my breasts were dry, nothing was coming out, and I think that triggered the whole process. Now with the second one, the issue was, okay, one, there is no milk, and now you're thinking to yourself that you've got 6 weeks, because that's what happened to me. I had 6 weeks. It was not even 6 weeks, I don't know. But yeah, it was 6 weeks. I only had 6 weeks with him. I had to attend a training, and after that it was another training, then another training, and I felt I didn't have time with him. And throughout that training, I had to, after 2 hours, go out and pump his milk and put in the freezer, and then go back to the training. It was just a tedious exercise, and it was one of the things that overwhelmed me, and I couldn't talk about it. At the same time, I felt that I only had one person that I wanted to talk about this thing, and I just didn't know how to, or I couldn't do it at that point. And that was the father of the baby, of course. I felt if I had to talk to other people about this issue, I would be like boring them or something. But it was one of the things that was draining me, to a point where I took a decision to go to therapy. Because that's when I realized that, okay, there's a lot that is going on. I don't know myself anymore, and I've got this anxiety, I've got this guilt. The guilt is not only about having a baby. The guilt is like basically everything that I'm doing. The guilt is just around giving birth, taking care of the baby. Is the baby fine, and all those things. And I was just waking up and going to work, coming back. I didn't find interest in anything. Like, that's the truth. And at that time, I I wasn't sure whether, okay, is it just postpartum depression, or it's just the major depressive disorder, because before that I was diagnosed with that, and now I was like, okay, I'm not sure what is going on, but I felt okay. At the same time, now you need to do something, because now if this baby cries, you also feel like crying, you cry, and if this baby sleeps, you cannot sleep, because there's also that thing that, okay, when the baby sleep, you have to try and sleep so that you can get some rest, unless you have someone who can take care of the baby, who can help you out. And with me, I just couldn't sleep. The baby would be up, I would be up, the baby would be sleeping, I would be up still, and I couldn't rest. And to me, that caused a lot of anger, number one, and also a lot of things that were going on, they caused a lot of anger. And I also personally feel it was not only the things that were happening, but it was also because of what was going on, the depression that was going on. I think that was the only reason what was causing me to be angry. And now when he would cry, instead of me comforting him, I would also cry. And I didn't have that chance to say, okay, let me take care of this little one, let me take care of this baby. I didn't have that chance until I think when he was about 6 months. It took a long time, and I had to undergo therapy. I had to to take treatment. That was after I've gone through therapy, and I've realized that, okay, this is quite a problem. And even with me having to realize that, okay, I need help. And personally, I felt a reason now I feel it's one of the issues that we need to discuss here, is because a lot of people are going through this, and some, they feel that it's normal, or maybe it is, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me, guys. Maybe it is normal. However, if it is normal, what can we do to support each other? What can we do to help other people? What can we do to help our friends, our loved ones, our siblings, and everyone else to survive postpartum depression? Because as much as we want the young ones healthy, as much as we want the young ones alive and happy, healthy, we also need the mothers to be happy, healthy, and yeah, to find joy in motherhood. So what can we do to then help them survive? And one of the things that helped me personally were therapy and also the antidepressants. I don't want to lie, I've gone through treatment, and it's one of the things that I feel as much as there was a time where I didn't like them, for reasons that I will disclose later, but I do feel that they did help at some point, and therapy did help a lot, because I could talk. However, it was also difficult because I'm someone who's an introvert. I find it a bit difficult to open up to someone that I don't know, especially about like personal issues. I'm here now because I'm just talking about this broadly, so it doesn't feel really digging deep to the serious issues as much as it's serious. But yeah, so I felt with therapy it was a bit difficult for me because I'm one person who would bottle things up, who grew up bottling things up, and with postpartum depression it just happens and you don't know what's actually going on and you're just going with the flow basically, and all you just need at that point is the support. That's what I think. All you can do to anyone who has just given birth is to help them with that baby. Ask them what they need from you, because sometimes you don't get to sleep because the baby will wake up every hour, and you will realize that as an adult you can't sleep after 15 minutes, of course, because if they wake up every hour they won't breastfeed for like just few seconds. They will take minutes, or like some even 30 minutes or to an hour breastfeeding, then sleep again, then after 2 hours or even an hour they wake up again, and that alone is just too much. So yeah, I think we also need to take time to educate ourselves, to learn more about postpartum depression and how we can help new mothers, how they can survive. If you've got someone who has just given birth at home, just try by all means to give them support, all the support they need, because it's one of the difficult exercises one has to go through, and some of the things that as new mothers won't mention because the society expects you to be strong, the society expects you to be this superwoman basically, and you realize sometimes you just can't, and it's not as easy. So yeah guys, that's all I wanted to talk about. Thank you so much for joining me once again. My name is Lakita Maka. Thank you for being with me. If you are new to this channel, please make sure you do subscribe and click that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I post. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for tuning in again. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.